What's up, sellers, and welcome to today's video. Hey, today is Saturday when I'm recording this. Not sure what day it's going to be uploaded, but listen, today's a book day and then a book sourcing day, and then I'm going to go source some shoes. But in today's video, I want to share with you how I landed a joint venture or a JV deal with one of my friends, my Insta friends, actually. I've never met this guy in person. However, we agreed to do a joint venture together to buy shoes because where he's at in Texas, shoes are really expensive. Where I'm at, they're plentiful and pretty low priced. And so I'm going to share with you today how we came to agree on this thing. We tested it out with 3 shoes. We sold all 3 in a week's time and walked away with solid profit. Basically, each of us doing half the work and then getting half the profits. No money out of my pocket. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make money with no money. It's dreary and raining, and I can't think of a better way to spend the morning than in a bookstore. Super pumped, guys. All right, so I left the bookstore that I normally shop at every Saturday or every other Saturday. I left there because I got 10 books. None of them were anything really special. There's profit in them, but nothing special. And so after 2 hours of that, I decided to call that one quits and then head over to Goodwill. Just left Goodwill, got some solid scores. Got 14 books, I think, 12 or 14 books, and then a calculator that is, I think is going to get a few dollars. And then the find of the day is a Christian Dior vintage velvet robe with the actual robe belt. I think they're selling for 35 to 40 bucks on eBay, and I paid $7. So a really, really good haul today at Goodwill. I'll go over that stuff with you right now. All right, so this is a Texas Instrument BA35 Solar, and they're selling on eBay for $15 plus shipping, depending on what you're looking at. So nice little find for $3.25. And then I got these books here. I paid $1 a piece. They had just brought out a big bin of books, and so this is what I got. It was a quick run through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. 2 that I'm particularly excited about. Necronomicon, not sure what that is. The Best Weird Tales of H.P. Lovecraft. So like science fiction, I think, or something. And then this Batman comic. This is actually restricted, I think, for me on Amazon, but I plan on selling it on eBay, and it's in pretty good condition for comics. Yeah. And so then this other book here, this was a few dollars profit. It is a Spanish textbook, but it's got some writing in it, so I'm going to disclose that in the item description. It's just in the first, I don't know, I guess 25 pages out of it. It's got some writing. Other than that, it's pretty clean. And that's the book side of things. Then finally, this is probably the more exciting item of the day, is this vintage Christian Dior, let me see, Christian Dior Monsieur, right? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but one size fits all velvet robe. And hey, just a little tip when you guys go sourcing for clothes, always check the pockets. You never know. I found a few bucks in the pocket with some of the items that I've sourced. This one came with the belt, which is pretty awesome. Some of the examples and the comps on eBay did not have a belt, so I'm excited about this. Paid $7 for it, and they are selling on eBay for anywhere from $35 to $45. Should have no problem getting rid of this. Really cool colors, really awesome piece. So that wraps up the sourcing side of things. Now I want to talk to you about my joint venture agreement that I have with my friend Austin, who lives in Texas. I'm going to jump on my whiteboard here and show you what we're doing. All right, so basically what we have here that my friend Austin and I are doing is a joint venture, I guess. Let me give some background to this. So Austin is a guy that I met through Instagram a year or so ago, maybe a little over a year ago, and I helped him get into book selling. I'm not really sure how he found my content or how he found my Instagram account, but he, long story short, he jumped into it, became very successful, kept messaging me, I kept messaging him back. Now we text each other every single day and talk a couple times on the phone throughout the week. And through this, we've been able to grow our businesses independently of each other across the country, which is awesome. And it's very gratifying to me to know that I'm helping someone out that is not even in the same geographical location as myself. So Austin came to me a few weeks ago and was like, hey, I have an idea for a partnership that we could work together on. And that is basically because where I live in Virginia, shoes are really cheap, anywhere from $5 to $6. And then where he lives in Texas, the shoes are more expensive to buy used, meaning like Goodwill, various thrift stores. Out there, I understand them to be more like the $10 to $14 range. There are still some areas where I live that they're more expensive, but I'm a little bit skilled in being able to find the lower priced shoes that can still resell for good money. So real quick, when I was going to college for a couple of years, I never graduated, but when I was going, I took a business course. And the first thing that the instructor said is the only ship that does not sail is a partnership, meaning basically when you have a partnership, you may start off on the same course, but that ship is going to crash because the mentality, the mindset of two different people trying to go in the same direction at some point will stray from each other, and you will come to a point where you each want different things for the business. So that's why I don't call this a partnership, but rather a JV, a joint venture, where we both put something into this and we both understand what the outcome will be at the end of it. So this is basically what we do. I'm going to put me right here, and I will put Austin right here. And so here's the responsibilities of this. Austin fronts the money. Austin has a really good side hustle that is outside of the reselling space where he makes like fantastic money. So Austin fronts the money and I find the shoes. So when I find shoes, I let him know and he fronts the money. So he fronts the money, I find the shoes, I buy the shoes, and I clean the shoes. And I am only sourcing shoes that have very, very little work to be done on them. I photograph them, and then I just send the photographs to him. Then he lists the shoes, sells them, and sends me the shipping label. Sorry for my bad handwriting. The point is to get the words on the board, not to make it look pretty. Once he sends me the label, I print, package, and ship. All right, so I print the labels, I package the shoes, and I ship them. You can kind of see how it's sort of a 50-50 or so split here. However, I may end up doing a tiny bit more work, but that balances out against the risk assumed by Austin. I understand, and Austin understands, that he is assuming more risk because he is putting his money on the line. He's trusting my judgment in shoes. Even though I do send him the information about the shoes, I send him the art code number or the code identifying number, manufacturer's part number, if you want to call it that. So he sees what he's getting, but he's assuming risk and understanding that I am basically spending his money, and he trusts me for that. He's trusting that I buy the shoes correctly, I clean them correctly, and that I get good photographs. He's going to list them, and he's going to sell them, and he's going to send me the shipping label, and then he is trusting me. He's assuming risk that I will print, package, and ship in a timely manner. Now, we've only test run this. We did 3 pairs. We sold all of them within a week or 10 days, and the profits looked really good. So we're going to call this a 50-50 split of responsibility. However, Austin is assuming more risk. So how do the numbers work out? The numbers work like this. Let's say I buy the shoes for $5. The shoes are actually $5.25 to $6.25, but we're just going to use round number $5. So Austin sends me $5 and I buy the shoes. Cool. Then I do all the work. I clean, I prep,
I photograph, I send that to him. Austin is going to sell those shoes for $40. Remember, we're dealing with shoes that are going to sell for a little bit more money because we both have to pull profit out of this. I'm not sending him shoes that are going to sell for $15 or $20. We have to make 40 bucks or $35, $40 or more. And that is kind of like a key component in this. You have to source shoes that are going to go for a little bit more money. So $40 sale price, and then depending on what platform we use, will determine how much the fees are. So the fees in this case, we're going to say at 20%. Mercari is 10%. Poshmark is 20%. eBay's 15% plus 3.5%. PayPal plus 35 cents for each sale on PayPal. So we're just going to say a round number of 20%. That 20% fees looks like with, nope, not feels, fees for the $40 equals $8. So we're looking at $32. $32 minus his 5 is 27. All of the shipping is separate from this, so Austin charges extra for shipping. He might give a little shipping discount or something on Poshmark at times when he's running a sale. That's totally his business. All I'm here to do is supply shoes, clean them, photograph them, and I know I'm going to get a return. You have to remember, I'm going into this with zero money, and so he's assuming all risk, and he's running his business smartly. Before you can approach someone and ask them if you can joint venture with them, you have to understand, they need to know how you work, and you need to know how they work. So I've been talking and conversing with Austin for 1 year, so I know his ups and downs. He's told me them. He knows my ups and downs. I've told him. So we have a very good understanding as to each other's work ethic, our pitfalls, what we've struggled with in the past year. You can't just expect to jump out of nowhere and find someone and them take you on in a joint venture. So with this, we have $27. We took out the $5, the initial $5, because that was the cost of the shoe. He has to recoup that money. We have $27. $27 at this point is $13.50 per person. So you can see I came out of the gate basically working on this one pair of shoes, which only took a few minutes. It took time to source. It took a few minutes to clean. It took a few minutes to photograph and send him those photos. But essentially, I made $13.50 on this pair of shoes, and he made $13.50 on the same pair of shoes. All he did was front $5, and then he listed the item, he managed it, he shared it, he sold it, and then sent me the shipping label. This, in my opinion, happens to be a very good and scalable model for a business if you don't have money or if you're looking to get investment capital. I can now take my $13.50 and I can cut that in half, which is what I do. I'll take that and I will reinvest, $6.75 or so. I will buy my own pair of shoes and I will pocket the other half of that. So that way I can actually turn around and grow my own little side branch of this money tree, if you will. I hope that makes sense. I hope those numbers line up for you and that you kind of understand where I'm coming out with this. This is something that we've tested and it worked out. And we spoke yesterday and Austin said, look, let's go full force with it. You spend all of the money that you have on your own shoes. And once that's done, if there's leftover shoes, let me know and we will go full force. We're going to attack this and we're going to absolutely grow it and explode. I hope this was super helpful. I hope that you got value out of this. If you did like this, consider giving a like. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to get more information like this. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell if you haven't already. I hope this opened your eyes to a way that you can make money online and even start without having money in your pocket. You do have to have some work ethic. You do need to have some sort of connection and to show somebody what you've got. But with this business model, with this kind of way to jump off and start, I truly believe that you can win at selling online. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
Win, win, win.